Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Israel's ultimate weapon against the dark eyes, the Lavy, was meant to command the Israeli Air Force's arsenal. This multi-purpose fighter, designed with exceptional maneuverability, promised to dominate the skies and guarantee Israeli air superiority in the Levant. Yet, a web of politics, finances, and betrayal ensnared this lion, keeping it captive in a cage of unrealized potential. Join us as we unravel the story of the Lavy, a prospective Israeli jet fighter that never took flight because it was abandoned by the world. Few regions on Earth are as controversial and historically rich as the Middle East. In the late 1970s, Israel, a small nation surrounded by rivals and internal divisions, embarked on an ambitious endeavor: the development of its own fighter aircraft. The Israeli Air Force faced a pressing need to upgrade its aging fleet of multi-role fighter bombers, including the Douglas A-4 Skyhawk and the IAI Kafur. With an estimated requirement of 300 aircraft, including 60 combat-capable trainers, Israel sought a two-tiered approach: a small number of high-performance aircraft and a larger bulk of less sophisticated planes for various missions. While American options like the F-16 were considered, some voices advocated for investing domestically, viewing it as a pivotal program to modernize Israel's industry and enhance technical capabilities. The government, aligned with this sentiment, recognized the importance of fostering self-reliance. The decision to embark on such a project was ambitious, especially considering Israel's need to contend with advanced Soviet jets sold to regional rivals, as well as American-made aircraft acquired by Egypt and Saudi Arabia. In February 1980, the project received approval, and the Israeli Air Force outlined its requirements to Israeli Aircraft Industries, IAI. The envisioned jet had to excel in primary air-to-ground strikes, engage multiple air targets simultaneously, and be swift, survivable, redundant, and more maneuverable than rival aircraft. Cost effectiveness was crucial, aiming to outpace the expenses associated with purchasing American-made aircraft. The government envisioned a collaboration with Pratt & Whitney for the jet's engine, to be domestically built at a local engine plant. However, the supply chain revealed a vulnerability dependence on too much American assistance. With a 6-year deadline looming, the team delved into their work. The Lavy, born from Israeli aircraft industry efforts, saw success with 2 out of 5 prototypes by 1986. Sporting a delta wing and large steerable canards, it boasted low weight, ample fuel capacity, smooth low-altitude flight, and high directional stability. With a single seat, single engine, and weight 1,300 kilogram lighter than the F-16, the Lavy was remarkably maneuverable, reaching a top speed of Mach 1.85 while carrying 750 lb bombs. Its combat radius of 250 nautical miles expanded to 650 with alternative armament. Impressively, the Lavy's airframe, designed to endure up to 9 GS, featured innovation in its quadruplex redundant digital fly-by-wire system. This aerodynamically unstable airframe necessitated advanced stability and control, a feat considered overkill at the time but now commonplace in delta-wing aircraft. Indeed, it is the fully digital controls that set the Lavy apart, making it the most computerized system globally. Its avionics include advanced countermeasures and a locally built Doppler multi-mode radar with features such as high-resolution terrain mapping, terrain avoidance, and look-down bombing functionality. This technological prowess was groundbreaking for the 1980s. On New Year's Eve of 1986, the inaugural prototype, piloted by the head of the IAI's air operational sections, took its maiden flight, lasting an impressive 26 minutes. During this time, meticulous evaluations of the engine and controls were conducted, affirming their exceptional performance. The aircraft's handling was praised for its excellence, showcasing remarkable stability even in challenging crosswind landings. Approximately 3 years later, the second Lavy prototype, with enhancements and additional features, took to the skies. This iteration featured a belly-mounted fuel tank, a specialized mid-air refueling probe, and several new avionic systems. Both prototypes, named B01 and B02, were configured as tandem two-seaters initially, with the rear cockpit housing testing equipment. This arrangement would later be replaced with test pilots. A total of 82 sorties were completed between the 2 finalized prototypes, systematically exploring a significant portion of the aircraft's flight envelope. These flights provided valuable data for understanding the aircraft's capabilities, and it passed all tests with flying colors. However, when it came time for production talks, things did not unfold as expected. In the 1980s, despite Israel's relatively small population of around 4 million people, A staggering 24% of its budget reportedly went to the military. Fighter jets, known for their high costs, were a significant investment. The Lavy's development necessitated diverting funds from other military requirements, leading to opposition from various factions within the armed forces. Some argued in favor of the already available and more cost-effective F-16, contending that it offered comparable performance to the Lavy. Despite unwavering support from the Israeli Air Force, the Lavy faced international opposition. The United States, a crucial partner in the aircraft's development, displayed political resistance to funding the Lavy due to concerns that it could emerge as a strong competitor in the export market against American aircraft like the F-16C and the F-18 Hornet. The situation presented a complex challenge for the future of the Lavy project. However, Uncle Sam, known for his enduring alliance with Israel, exhibited dissatisfaction as proponents highlighted the economic advantages of domestically producing a jet. Optimism surrounded the Lavy's sales potential, with the ambitious projection of exporting up to 407 units to countries like South Africa, Chile, Taiwan, and Argentina. In the early stages of Lavy's development, there was notable South African interest, but as the project progressed, Israel, in adherence to strategic considerations and international commitments, assured the U.S. that Lavy would not be offered for export. This decision marked a deviation from initial plans for international sales. In a final attempt to salvage the Lavy program, supporters argued that it symbolized Israel's technological prowess and contributed to the nation's economic advantage. They contended that abandoning the project could lead to significant job losses and a potential exodus of top engineers and scientists to work on American aircraft. Despite reassurances from the Israeli state controller regarding unemployment concerns, the fate of the Lavy hung in the balance. On August 30th, 1987, Israel's cabinet, under the sway of substantial lobbying efforts from the United States and accompanied by compensatory proposals, played a pivotal role in deciding the Lavy's future. The ensuing vote revealed a tense political polarization, with the Israeli Labor Party instructing its members to oppose the Lavy's continuation. Ultimately, the cabinet narrowly rejected the project's continuation with a vote of 12-11, one cabinet member opting to abstain. Subsequently, Israel greenlit the acquisition of 90 F-16Cs from the United States, effectively replacing the Lavy. Although two prototypes continued to undergo additional system tests, and IAI completed a third test bed for radar and other components, all three prototypes were eventually retired. Interestingly, there were reports circulating about China and South Africa expressing keen interest in advancing the development of the Lavy, hinting at potential international collaboration despite its cancellation in Israel. Now let's delve into the so-called international collaboration. In 1988, Israel's defense minister dismissed a Sunday Times of London report that suggested an agreement between Israel and China to co-develop a fighter derived from the Lavy. This project, initially rooted in the F-16, supposedly involved handing over detailed development design documentation of the Lavy to China, aiding them in creating their next-generation aircraft, the J-10. The story might have ended as a mere rumor, if not for a surprising third party that was Russia. In 2006, Russian engineers speculated that the J-10 bore a resemblance to the Lavy, describing it as a version with a blend of foreign technology and design methods sourced from various places. In 2008, another publication claimed that the J-10 benefited from technical information from the original Israeli project, citing senior Russian engineers who allegedly heard this from their Chinese counterparts. The situation seems murky, but China vehemently denies these allegations, asserting that the J-10's features attributed to the Lavy are the result of their own prior aircraft design. Despite its cancellation, the Lavy project left a lasting impact. The technical knowledge gained during its development contributed significantly to Israel's space achievements and the growth of its high-tech industry. The radar developed for the Lavy found commercial success, and some argue that this project paved the way for Israel's high-tech boom in the 1990s. The cancellation of the IAI Lavy, though short-lived, remains a captivating chapter in aviation history. It stirred debates, yet its technological legacy endured, contributing to Israel's aerospace achievements. What would have the Lavy achieved in the Israel-Hamas war if it was successfully made the part of IAF? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and watch the next video as well. See you again.